friends, hello everyone. As you may be able to speculate based on the fact that I have not really been posting much on social media, I am going through some things in my life, and I wanted to actually film a video showing you guys some of the habits that I have implemented or continue to do while I'm going through this weird, difficult, challenging time in my life. And I'm not just talking about my explosive skin, which in some ways has gotten better and in some ways has just kind of moved to a new area of my face. But I actually think that's going to clear up. So I'm not stressing out about it, and I'm coming to you with all of my pimples ready to film and hang out with you. I know that everyone handles stress differently. Everyone processes emotional experiences and things in their life differently. So of course there is no wrong or right way to go about your day if you feel shitty. There's so much stuff on social media talking about the importance of resting and not feeling pressure to be productive, and I agree with those things, but personally, I feel much better when I am like doing small things throughout my day and doing things to take care of my body. That's just how I have always been. So no pressure to do any of these things, but they really work for me. All right, the first thing is, well, it's kind of a two-parted thing. I know that I've talked about this before. I'm sure you've seen tons of videos and like health, I don't know, articles talking about why you should drink a lot of water, but it is something that helps me. So what I find really helpful is to fill up one of these really tall mason jars with water. So this is a 32 ounce. You could use like any size glass, obviously. However, when you have more water in front of you, I think you're more inclined to drink it all. That's why I'm using the big one today. The second thing is going to be making sure that I eat a lot of protein throughout the day. This is something that I have really struggled with, like throughout my life, even when I'm eating healthy. I was talking about this with Nick the other day because we have both been making big changes to our diets. Nick has been working with a personal trainer and working out all the time, which is really great. And I have just been trying to be extremely mindful of how much protein I'm getting every day and making sure that I'm like getting the right amount of nutrients. For many years, I feel like I ate a diet that was very rich in carbohydrates, like specifically empty carbs, you know, pasta, bread, pizza. Those are all types of things that I would gravitate towards, even though I was eating a lot of fruits and vegetables as well. I was definitely not eating enough foods that had like a good ratio of protein and fiber and amino acids and those types of nutrients. And because of some things that have happened in my life lately, I have had an even bigger push to like reform what I'm eating. So today's video is sponsored by Ritual. If you watch a lot of YouTube videos, you have probably seen their essential daily vitamins, and they have just launched their new essential protein shake. Now, this is not meant to be a meal replacement shake, although it does make a nice kind of breakfast on the go, but it is a really, really great snack because one scoop of the Ritual protein powder has 20 grams of vegan pea protein, as well as all 9 essential amino acids. So I'm going to show you how I prepare mine. There are a ton of different ways you can make your protein shake. It really kind of comes down to personal preference. But I am going to do, I think I'm going to do some chocolate, oat milk, and a banana, and a little bit of ice. So I'm going to add half of a banana. I'm going to add some chocolate oat milk, and usually I would be using this almond unsweetened chocolate milk. This one has more sugar in it. I'm just going to add some of that. And I've heard that you should always add your dry ingredients last. So I'm just gonna add some ice, and then I'll add my protein powder on top and then blend it all up. And here is my final shake, all ready to drink. Like all other Ritual products, their essential protein shake is completely vegan and free from allergens. And if you are interested in trying their shake out, you can go to ritual.com/itsblitzzz and use code itsblitzzz for 10% off your first 3 months. This is not part of the sponsorship, but I did finish the whole shake while I was waiting for the stupid leaf blowers to stop outside. The second thing that I have been doing almost every single day is taking 30 minutes of the day to relax, and there are 2 specific activities that I have been doing in this time. So I'm gonna show you what both of them are. The first is a power nap, and I feel so excited because I finally feel like I'm actually maybe mastering the art of taking short naps. This is something I have never ever been good at in my entire life, but I think I've finally found like the key to taking these small naps, and as it turns out, when I am able to just rest for a short period of time, I feel really good. So I'm gonna show you my tips. If you struggle with that as well, these things might help you. The first thing, which is the most important, is that I do not get under my covers anymore when I'm taking a nap. Like I used to, you know, get under the comforter, get under the sheets, but I guess my brain associates that with sleeping during the night. So what I do now is I just take a blanket on top of my made bed, and that for some reason makes a big difference. This is my absolute favorite blanket at the moment. A lot of you have asked me where I got it from, and unfortunately, it's from Korea. Not unfortunately, but unfortunately for you guys, because it's not going to be easy to get. I actually have 2 of them. See, this is my little small one, and this is my larger one that Nick got me for my birthday. And this is kind of a nap setup on top of the covers. And then I will also take my water and I will drink some of that before my nap, because I find that if I have to go to the bathroom, I'm also less inclined to stay in bed for longer. And finally, I will set my alarm on my phone, and I will just put that on my dresser over here so I can't hit snooze. I have to physically get up to turn the alarm off. On the days when I'm not taking a nap, the other activity I will do still is in my bed, and that is to use this blue light and red light therapy device that I'm renting for my skin. This is what the device looks like, and like I said, I am currently renting this from an esthetician in Los Angeles. Her name is Amaju, and I will link her Instagram below if you guys want to check her out, like if you're local. But I know there are a lot of like red and blue light devices on the market of different sorts. The way this one works is you can just set the mode and then you hit start and the lights come on. I'm going to put like a serum on my face first, and basically you just like lay underneath of this kind of dome. It's very futuristic. And I will typically listen to an audiobook or a podcast while I'm doing that. So I'm going to turn that off briefly while I prep my face. First thing I do is just rinse my face with water and then pat it lightly to dry. And then after that, I put a little bit of this serum on, which was in my refrigerator. This part is pretty satisfying. It's like a little glass vial, and you open the top like that. And then I put it into this kind of syringe thing so that it lasts for a few days. This was what the esthetician advised me to do. There's no needle on it or anything. I feel like syringes always look kind of freaky. Then I will just put some on my face, like a few drops on my face, and then I'll save the rest in the fridge. Obviously this ritual has taken an unexpected turn, and this is the weirdest part of it, but before I go under the light, I do put on these little sticker, they're like for tanning. If you grew up in the 90s, you probably know what these are, even though I was never someone who went tanning. I do wish these were my real eyes, however. I don't think you actually need eye protection from the lights that you're under, but they kind of bother my eyes, and these really help. I can miraculously still see through them.
A note before today's episode. A lot of new listeners have been coming to the show recently. Welcome to the Prototype Corporation.
audio podcast, this is actually happening.
Hello guys, so I'm just sitting down to eat my dinner, and I thought that while I was eating I could share one of my next tips. There's only a couple more that I'll probably share in this video, but I thought I could kind of explain what I'm doing as far as exercise goes that's been really helpful for me. I will also show you what I'm eating. It's a really weird meal, I'm not gonna lie. I am having this big bowl of black bean soup. I'm having a little quesadilla and some leftover kale salad from food that Nick and I had yesterday. Have a little bit of sour cream over there and some crackers from my soup, possibly. And it's just kind of a very weird assembly of food. So in many other videos, I have talked about how important it is for me to move my body, and that's always been the case. Like, I just feel better mentally, physically when I'm being active, particularly when I am walking regularly, which is like a really easy thing for me to do even when I feel unmotivated, because it's not really intense. And I don't know, I like a lot of things about walking. I like looking at houses while I'm on the way. I like just kind of observing nature, seeing other people on my walk. Like, I say hi to seriously every single person I pass. I am that person. And I do wear a Fitbit, which I know that I've mentioned, so it keeps track of all of my steps. And I think having that has been pretty motivating, because I can set goals on my Fitbit for how many steps I want to get, and it gives you like a lot of positive reinforcement and things like that. And it's okay even if you don't hit your goal every day, but I definitely think it helps me stay motivated. As of recently, I have been also tracking all of my walks separately in like a note on my phone. There's probably apps for this, and if you know of any, let me know. But right now, I'm just tracking them in my notes. So every day that I walk, I will just write down when I took my walk, and then how long I walked for. So if I go over to my Fitbit, all of my exercise is stored here in a similar way. And this is my walk from today. I can see how long it was, how many calories I burned, like what my average heart rate was, all that stuff. And you can see that there were a couple of days where I took 2 walks. Usually that's when Nick goes on another one with me, even though he really is not a huge fan. So he does it genuinely to make me happy, which is nice. But I do have a lot of friends as well who like to walk and hike. For a couple of months, I was walking almost every day with our next door neighbor, but at the moment they are traveling and renting their house. So unfortunately, I haven't had like a daily walking buddy, but I find that I have been pretty good company to myself, and it just makes such a significant difference to me when I do those daily walks that it's worth mentioning in this video again, even though I have said it so many times in the past. Today I took my big container of water with me because I'm doing this like homeopathic protocol, and I don't think I'm going to share a tremendous amount of information about that on YouTube because homeopathy is kind of controversial in some ways. I mean, rightfully so because of the way that it's promoted. But personally, I think there are interesting and helpful parts of it, but you don't have to fully rely on it, just like you don't have to fully rely on Western medicine or anything else. And I think if it helps you or you're benefiting in any way, even mentally, then there's really no harm in it. I'm basically just doing this, it's like I think it's an 8-week protocol. It might be 4 weeks. And the way that it works is you reserve an hour and 30 minutes each day, and you consume like a large glass of water with tissue salts. I cannot confirm or deny whether or not it's doing anything for me right now. I think I'm on day 4. If for some reason I feel like it does anything really great, maybe I'll share more, but in the meantime, I really don't feel like getting any more criticism on my lifestyle from the internet. So do what works well for you and let everyone else do the same. All right, so before I go to bed tonight, I wanted to give you my last little bits of advice, although I do have many, and I feel this video is getting long as they always do, but something that I've really been trying to work on is reflecting on how I react to situations. I can be kind of a reactive person, as many of us are at times. You know, I mean, I could give you like a lot of examples, but if you are somebody who feels like the worst thing is always happening, even with like small events, or if you are someone who like explodes emotionally at certain situations, even when you look back at those situations in the future and realize that they were just not a big deal, then I can really relate to you. And I think this is something that a lot of us do. And I'm trying to just get better about this because I think it's going to help me manage stress in my life with much more ease. And on top of that, I think it is really going to help me with my relationships in my life. Not just my relationship with my boyfriend, but relationships that I have with family members and friends, even though I feel like my boyfriend and my family probably get the worst of this, since I feel the most comfortable around them. But yeah, I'm really trying to just kind of let things in life not be such a big deal. And I mean, I really feel I can make an entire video on this because it's something that I think deserves its own video. Like, even when I see comments on YouTube, I don't feel like I'm as bad as I used to be when I first started my YouTube channel, but sometimes you just see something that someone writes and it really is triggering, and I've really been learning to not make it into a big deal, not give it my energy. You know, if my boyfriend says something that is triggering to me, I am learning to kind of take some time before I respond. It's really just been a revelation. So I feel if I can continue down this path, it's really going to help me tremendously in my life. There's a video on YouTube, I think it's called The Power of Not Reacting. I'm going to link that in the description box below. Every single thing in this video just really resonates with me. And you know, there's like music in the background, and when you turn it on, you might think it's a little bit cheesy, but really take the time to listen to the entire video if you have the time to do it, because it's really powerful. There's other channels on YouTube that I've also been following, like therapy channels that have been really insightful and helpful in this regard as well. But this video that I'm talking about, The Power of Not Reacting, I have listened to it now probably like 30 times. I'm not even kidding with you guys. Like, I will just listen to it every couple of days, and it just still resonates. And it's like a really good reminder for me. So even though I've heard it already, I feel like I can continue to listen to this exact same video and then like redigest the information and really think about it in my life every day. So I would encourage you guys to do the same if you're open to it. Of course, no pressure. These strawberries also amazing. This is my little snack tonight. I'm just having a handful of strawberries, a really, really large and gross looking scoop of crunchy peanut butter, and then I'm having a cup of raspberry leaf tea, which is supposed to be good for like balancing hormones and whatnot. It can't hurt my acne, you know? Maybe it won't cure it, but it certainly cannot hurt. I can't think of the last night I went to sleep without eating a snack. Usually it's only when I'm really, really tired. If I fail to eat a snack before bed, I will generally wake up very early in the morning at like 2 or 3 a.m. just absolutely so starving with like low blood sugar, and it makes me feel horrible. When I eat a snack, especially a snack with protein before bed, that doesn't happen for the most part. All right, one final little piece of advice that I believe I mentioned in another video, but I have been taking time almost every day to read a book. And yes, I am still reading Brave New World. I've been reading it now for the last couple of weeks, and that's because I don't read for a very long period of time. I'm really enjoying reading again, and I want to do a lot more. I already have my next book lined up, which is this book called Growth of the Soil by, I think his name is pronounced Newt Hampson. If that's wrong, I am sorry. but I'm excited to read this. Really, really excited. And just being excited about reading makes me feel happy about life. There you have it. I'm going to get a little bit more water, I think, as well before I go to sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even if it was a little bit weird. There are a lot of videos that I have been really, really wanting to film lately, like not non-sponsored videos, just videos of me talking about things that are personal and maybe unexpected for you guys. Like there's a video I want to film about self-image and confidence that I think will be maybe surprising to you guys and maybe interesting, and also explain why we don't really have mirrors in the house, really, except this one, which I do love. Anyways, I would love to hear how your week has been. Tell me something good that happened, tell me something challenging that happened, and let's talk about it in the comments section below. There was a glitch going on in the comment section of my last video, but I believe it's maybe been corrected. So leave a comment and let me know how you're feeling. And let's just talk about what's going on in your life. That's my favorite thing to do with you guys in the comment section, honestly. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in my next video, and I will talk to you then.